This man was released from a psychiatric hospital. Just hours later, he was frying pieces of a human brain in a pan. His name? Peter Bryan, and the system that was supposed to protect the public handed him the opportunity to kill again. Born in 1969 in East London, Peter Bryan had a long history of mental illness and violent behavior. By 1993, his inner demons became deadly. He made a 21-year-old niece his chief in a brutal hammer attack at the DIY shop where he worked. She was the daughter of his employers. He was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and locked away in Rampton, one of the UK's most secure hospitals. But by 2001, doctors decided he was improving. They moved into the John Howard Centre, then to an even less secure facility, Riverside Hostel. Peter warned staff that he was feeling urges to kill again. Instead of being recalled, he was granted unsupervised leave, and it only took one afternoon for him to strike again. He visited 43-year-old Brian Cherry, a friendly acquaintance. Peter attacked him with a claw hammer, dismembered the body, and began cooking parts of his brain and flesh in a frying pan. Peter Bryan calmly told officers, "I ate his brain with butter. It was really nice." He said he wanted to be like Jeffrey Dahmer, and if he hadn't been caught, he planned to kill again. "I wanted their souls," he said. He was moved to Broadmoor Hospital, a high-security psychiatric facility housing some of the most dangerous patients in Britain. But just 2 months later, in another shocking failure, he killed again. This time his victim was 60-year-old Richard Loudwell, a fellow patient. Peter lured him into his room and violently beat him to death. He later admitted if he hadn't been interrupted, he had planned to eat him too. On the 15th of March 2005, Peter Bryan pleaded guilty at the Old Bailey to 2 manslaughters on the grounds of diminished responsibility. Judge Forrester said, "You killed on these last 2 occasions because it gave you a thrill and a feeling of power when you ate flesh." He was sentenced to a whole life tariff, which were later reduced to a minimum of 15 years, but it was said that Peter Bryan, who is mentally ill, would likely to never be released.